been my life for the last 4 years, and it just feels natural.
It's 24/7, it just doesn't stop at all.
IRA is a perfect mix of a family atmosphere and professionalism.
There is no balance, it's just work. So this weekend we're at the freshly resurfaced Road America.
I can tell you the fans love this racetrack because it's just so accessible and so beautiful everywhere. There's tons of shade, there's tons of places to go. You can pretty much get up next to the track just about anywhere. I always tell people that it's a lot less like a racing facility and a lot more like a state park that just has a racetrack running through it. FP1 went pretty well for us. Unfortunately, there were about 5 or 6 red flags, which really ate into our track time, but the time that we were actually on track under green flag, things went great. Ryan ended up being the second fastest LMP2 driver in the session, and Dwight ended up being the second fastest bronze driver.
When we set the business up in 2018, we never really had the intention of going professional racing at any level, but here we are, and no, it's good. It's a lot on a day-to-day basis. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't ever see or think of, but yeah, it's 24/7.
We started with classic racing, and then one of our clients, Dwight, said that he wanted to run an LMP2. So we just kind of jumped straight from classic racing into modern racing. It's hard to say how it is because it's just been my life for the last 4 years, and it just feels natural. As a team owner, I have a lot of behind the scenes work. It's a lot of computer keyboard warrior things. I try to help with the scheduling and just a little bit of whatever people need. Sometimes I help with the lodging or the flights. Sometimes it's just answering questions. Sometimes it's giving directives. It's a lot of relying on people who are exceptional at what they do and finding those people, putting them in the correct places, and then letting them do the best that they do.
We'll have a fully operational workshop in Europe specializing in historic race cars. We have our historic race program here in the US. We have our Formula 4 team, and then we have the LMP2 team as well. And between all of those, it's 24/7. It just doesn't stop at all.
So now it's time for free practice 2. We've got Dwight going in the car first because he kind of didn't get the seat time that we quite wanted because of all the red flags in the previous session. So we're making sure that he gets the practice and the warm-up that he needs before he goes into qualifying tomorrow.
I try and spend as much time with Evelyn as possible, but there really is no work family life balance. It's just a work thing, and it's a lot. But you know, to make the team successful and to be as good as we can be, there is no balance, it's just work.
With Evelyn, who's my daughter, she'll be 2 very soon. She was born into the team as well, so we were actually pregnant with her through the year that we won the 24 Hours of Daytona, so she's just been kind of part of it. And by being in the role that I am, I'm able to incorporate her into everyday life with the shop, so I can work from home with her if I need to. I bring her into the shop, and everybody is just really welcoming, even if they do have to kind of dodge around her occasionally through the shop and through the trailer. But everyone is just great around her, and it's nice to be able to bring her up in a way that she has what I would consider a second family.
IRA is a perfect mix of a family atmosphere and professionalism. Everyone really works together well.
We hope that we provide that family environment for everybody, just because I think that's the kind of environment that I would want to be in if I was working somewhere. So I've had that before at other locations when I worked for someone else, and I just wanted to recreate that and provide an atmosphere where people were happy to come to work. I mean, you're always working on making things better, but that's really what we're striving for, is just to make it a positive environment for everybody, from the drivers to the team members, just everybody.
Well, we're about to start doing qualifying. Dwight's going to hop in the car for about 15 minutes, and hopefully during that time we can run away with a pole position. But if not, hopefully we can get a good time and show the speed that we've been doing all weekend.
There's no real recipe for success other than you get out like what you put in. So the harder you work, the better you'll be. And we work all the time, so I guess it had to pay off at some point.
The success that IRA sees is a direct result of the superstar mechanics, engineers, drivers, and everyone that makes up the team.
The big kind of challenge that we run up against, it's whether we have the budget to push the development as far as we want to do in terms like shaker rig and aero testing and things like that, or whether we have to try and cut some staff to bring the budget back to within a reasonable kind of price point. So it's a balancing act across the board. We've got the first 2 stints underway. It was a little bit of a difficult start for the race because we lost radio communications with the car, so we weren't able to communicate very well. We had to send a crew member with a pit sign out to call Dwight into the pit, but we got that all sorted for the second stint that he had, and it's just been on a push ever since. Now Ryan's in the car, and he's looking incredibly fast. Ton of great speed, great pace, and Ryan was killing it, but
We didn't really run into any cautions, which we needed to make up the gap from when we had radio communication issues earlier in the day. And every now and then, racing just goes that way.